This is Cheyenne Valentine, back today again with an episode. Today's episode, I have a question to men, or maybe it's just a question overall. I want to know, do men like to be belittled by younger women? And I know you might say, what are you talking about? So I just want to know, do men like to be belittled by younger women? And why I say this is because I've noticed whenever I've seen situations where a guy and a lady's dating and the woman is younger than him, and especially if she's at least 10 years younger than him or even 7 years younger, I've noticed that the woman will make fun of his age. She would say, "Oh, you're old," but she's saying a joking way, but she means that, yeah, she does mean that he's old, and she'll joke about it, and she'll be very focused on it, which he's probably focused on it too, because that's why he likes her, because she's younger. So they're both focused on the age thing. She's focused on it, I guess. Oh, you're old, and it makes her feel good about herself, I guess. So she loves pointing that out to him, and then to him, he likes that he's with a woman that's younger than him, which the age like gives him a hard on, the difference in the age or whatever. But anyway, I'm bringing this up because me and my boyfriend, we went out. It was a couples event over a friend's house. We went out last night, and this particular friend of ours, we hadn't seen him in a while. He doesn't have a vehicle currently, and he's dating a girl he's 34 and she's 22. And so it was an interesting experience because they got in the back seat. I was in front with my boyfriend, and I heard their conversation, and she kept joking with him and telling him that he was old. She was like, "Oh, you're old with your old self." She said, "But I love your old butt. I love your old self." And she just kept saying it, and he was like, "I'm old," and he just kind of laughed, but he didn't really ask her why. "Oh, I'm old." What do you mean I'm old? And I must say, I'm not even gonna lie, it bothered me. And the only reason it bothered me because by her calling him old, vicariously she's calling me old, because me and him are both 34, because we both went to high school together. And so I didn't realize that women, when they date men who are older than them, I didn't realize that they put so much emphasis on it, like saying, "Oh, you're old," and it's not. Well, my thing about, and I was telling my boyfriend this, I asked him, I said, do men like being belittled by the woman they're with? They like women pointing out they're old and throwing that in their face? Well, first of all, my thing about it is, he's older than her, but he's not old. See, so like I mentioned a video I said previously about how I look at age is different to other people. Someone's going to always be younger than you, and someone's going to always be older than you, and someone's going to always be your age. So I don't really focus on age like that as much. And as far as someone calling me old because like her, they're 22, okay, then I can call someone who's 50 old, but I'm not going to do that because they're not old to me. They're older than me, but I don't consider them old. You kind of follow me? So some people, like I said, like to beat up on the person that's older than them. "Oh, you're old, you're old." So she's 22. Well, I guess, she's old to 11-year-old. But I don't like being with somebody who likes to belittle me. And so when I asked my boyfriend, I said, "So do men like to be belittled or like to be called old by the women they're dating? They like that?" He said, "Well, man doesn't care what the woman says as long as he's getting what he wants from her." Well, that's called low standards, because no, you're going to watch what you say to me, and what you say to me lets me know how you feel about me. And I told him, I said, well, if a woman's dating a younger man, she's not going to appreciate him keep calling her old, and he's going to have a fucking problem if he keeps calling her old. Because I seen a YouTube video where it was a lady, I think she's 43 or 42, and her boyfriend's, I think, in his 20s, and they got into it, and he kept saying, "Oh, you're old, and you can't do certain things because you're old, and that's for younger people." And then why are you dating her then? If she's so old, and in your opinion washed up, and you can't put, because of her age, say she can't do certain things. What the fuck? I was at the club one time, and I seen a guy in there dancing, no joke. This man looked about in his 60s, and he was dancing, and everybody was surrounding him watching. No, it was one guy, he looked late 60s, early 70s, and he was in there dancing, and people was laughing, looking at him, and he was having a good old funky time, because he's not going to let his age stop him from having a good time. So they want to, so in this society, they want to put limits on what you can and cannot do because of your age. But anywho, it really bothered me. It upset me in a sense, because she kept saying, "Oh, you're old." Why? I mean, what does his age have to do with anything? If you like him, you like how he looks. And let me fast forward. So we all, this was a couples event. We all went to another one of our male friends' homes, and he was there with his lady. They lived together, and they cooked for everybody, and it was cool. But it was more of a couples event. Only one person was there that did not have a significant other with them. And so my friend, his younger woman, which I don't even look at a younger woman, I just look at him as girlfriend, but she was all over him. They were almost on the couch about to have sex, practically in front of everybody, and she was just all over him the whole night. But he's so-called old. So if he's so old to you, why would you be over this so-called old man? Now, you all know 34 is not old, but it's just the fact that if you're dating a 22-year-old, they're gonna look at you as old. And I didn't know that. I swear I never dated someone that much younger than me, so I would never date a 22-year-old. I would never date a 22-year-old. That wouldn't even cross my goddamn mind. So, but men, they they're a little bit different, some of them, the way they think. And so when she kept calling him old, and me and him are the same age, internally I got a little bit offended. I'm like, what the hell, And so I got to talking with her, and actually me and her got along pretty well. And I said to her, she's just saying she was nervous about coming because his friends was going to be in their 30s or whatnot, or maybe older, and she didn't know how to dress, and she didn't know she would fit in. And so I told her, feel free to wear a skirt and heels next time we all hang out, and just be yourself. And, I told her he's not going to have you around a group of people that you're not going to be able to get along with. I don't think he would bring you into that type of situation. So trust him in that sense. But, we got along really well, but talking to her, I could tell, the difference in the age, just how she is about relationships and how her mind is. I could tell a difference, but I actually like talking to her. I don't, like I said, I take a person as an individual. I don't age shame them. Oh, she's young and dumb, or she's old and wise. No, or she's old and washed up, or she's young and dumb. I don't do that to people. I take them as an individual. But I do notice certain things with the age. Like, for example, with her and him, she was trying to use him for purses and gym shoes. She wanted him to buy her purses and gym shoes, but this man doesn't have a vehicle, and she doesn't either. They're both on public transportation. So my thing about it is, once you aim a little bit higher, if you think, like, she's not understanding, okay, 34 is old to her, but 34 is still an age where a man can still not be established. I know a lot of men who are 34 and not established. So 34, she's not understanding 34 is still kind of, it's still an age where a person, but she's not understanding when it comes to men, right? 34 is still an age where he can still look good. He still, most of the time, looks good. So he still might not be ready to settle down. He still might not have his finances together. So, to her, that's old. But in the grand scheme of things, for a man, how society looks at it, that's still pretty young. And he still is still not mentally, she's 22, so they might be on the same mental level. Even though he's 34, to me, him and her are on the same mental level. Even though she's 32, he's 34. She almost had to get a 44-year-old in order for them to be on the same mental level. So, like, for me, 34, dating a man who's 34, I feel mentally we're not on the same level. I feel I'm a little bit more serious about things than him. So with me, someone who's maybe 45, we might see more eye to eye on things, or even 50, we might see more eye to eye on things. But it seems that way. But yeah, I just want to know, I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to know, do men like having women that are younger than them, and do they like, I know they like having women that are younger than them, but do they like being belittled by them? Because if that was a woman and she was out with her guy and he kept calling her old in front of people, it would have been, a fucking problem. We would have had a really big problem. You're not going to disrespect me, okay? If you have an issue with my age, then we don't have to be together. So it seems like men get off to their women calling them old. They think it's funny. Like, he didn't seem offended at all. They were all over each other, Dan about to fuck on the couch. He liked that I'm not gonna say he liked that she was calling him old, but it seemed like he didn't have a big problem with it. But if a man was to call a woman old, if if a woman's dating a younger guy, he calls her old, that's gonna hurt her feelings, and she's not gonna like that, and she might break up with him because of that. Because that's why would you do that? Why are you calling her old? And usually they call you old is to belittle you. When a person calls you old, it's not a compliment, everybody. You know that, right? If someone, I'm gonna repeat this again. If someone calls you old, it's an insult. It is not a compliment. But men chase younger women, and these younger women will call them, "Oh, you old, you old," and they think it's funny. It didn't bother him at all. He then got a hard on from it. Now, I don't think he liked it, but it didn't stop him from liking her. It's like he's notorious. He's known for dating younger women, and it's like he likes younger girls. But then when they call him old, he kind of, say, "I'm old," and then kind of pause and kind of brushes it off. But I know he don't really like the fact they call him old, or does he? And so that's my question to men. Do older men like being called and belittled by younger women? Because if someone calls you old, that's an insult. You know that, right? That's not a compliment. So if you were dating women your own age, she can't call you old, because then essentially she's calling her own self old. So she's less likely to call you old if you are, even if you guys are both 65 years old or 70. Yeah, you might be technically in society's eyes, quote unquote, old, but the person you with, how they gonna call you old when they the same age? They only can get away with calling you old when they're younger than you. So I noticed, like I said, men go for younger women, and this woman straight was in the backseat belittling him, talking about, you old, but I love you anyway. I love your old self though anyway. She kept saying, I love your old butt anyway. And I don't know why she kept bringing up that he was old. I was just like, and I started fucking to get offended for him, but I'm like, stay out of it. I'm like, okay, you're dating, and I'm like, hold on, 34 isn't old. Not to me. I'm 34, and I don't look at it as old, but I guess to a 22-year-old, yeah. Like, and I said this in a previous video. When we want to belittle someone's age, understand someone's younger than you. So if you're 34 and you're belittling and trying to put down people who are 45 plus and call them old, understand if you're around a 22-year-old, they consider you old. So what are you? Are you younger or are you old? Because it's always going to be someone younger than you. It's always going to be somebody older than you. Unless you're a 1 day old, unless you're 105. It's going to be someone younger or older than you. So what is the point of age shaming anybody? But yeah, I'm about to end this video. I just want to know, to the men, do you all like being belittled by young women? I mean, do you, and I'm being serious, you like get off to it so it doesn't bother you? Because I know as a woman, that shit will bother me if a guy's younger than me and he keeps calling me old, because I know they mean that as an insult.